Wendy says all the millions upon millions of dollars spent on this, on his golf weekends, deploying the National Guard, the Marines, and his rally. Yet he wants to put vital health. He wants to gut vital health care. This should be a sin. It is a sin. Absolutely a sin. That's yes. Let's go into the Old Testament. So we're going to go Old Testament on this, but we've talked about this fairly recently. But this is a good time to talk about it again. It is a sin. It is absolutely a sin. If you look in the Old Testament, if you look at the prophets often show up to the leaders of the nation. They don't generally show up in somebody's living room saying, hey, you got to stop living this way. You need to live this way, a better way, a godly way. It's usually they show up at the king's court. They show up in the town square where the leaders will hear them, where the religious leaders will hear them, where the ruling class will hear them. And those prophets will say, almost entirely, they will focus on, you need to take care of your people. Because you're not taking care of your people, bad things are coming. Because you're not taking care of your people, God is getting quite angry. Because you are not taking care of your people, God is going to take this from you. God is going to take you out of this position of leadership, and God is going to take this land from everyone and going to start this whole process over again. But the prophets are there. Again, they're on the kings. They are at the kings. They are speaking to the kings. They are speaking to people of power. They are speaking to people of authority. They are speaking to people of status. They are speaking to people of wealth. You need to take care of people. You have been given gifts, and those gifts were given to you for you to share. So when a leader would step up and they would do things that was only about taking care of themselves, yeah, a prophet would show up saying, I see you, and this is wrong. You're missing the mark. This is sinful. The prophets would show up and say, this is not what God had in mind for your office. God doesn't need you to throw a military parade. God doesn't need you to spend every weekend golfing. God doesn't want you gutting healthcare, gutting Social Security, gutting food assistance. You're missing the mark. You are not being the kind of leader you're supposed to be. You are not being the kind of leader leaders are supposed to be. You're not living, you're not providing the way a real leader is supposed to operate. So yeah, it is a sin. When we take money when we take food out of the mouths of children, it's a sin. When we allow people to go without health care, it's a sin. When we take our resources and spend them on frivolous things, I appreciate the fact that the Army's 250 years old in the U.S. I do, greatly. Wouldn't some of those soldiers be happier if you took that money and provided better accommodations for them? Bought better housing? Spent that money on raising their standard of living on base as they train and as they deploy? Wouldn't the military, those service members in the Army, instead of spending that money on a parade in Washington, wouldn't they be happier if you use that money to make their lives better? Provide for their families? Right? Like, when we are given a position of authority, when we're given wealth, when we're given status, we're meant to use that. We're meant to use that for others. We're meant to use that for those who have none. And if we don't, we are failing. He isn't the first one. He isn't the first one to fail like this. He's one of many. He's one of many who have failed in their capacity as a leader. He's one of many who have failed to provide for for the people they were supposed to serve, provide for the people that they were sent to serve. One of many. But that doesn't make it right. That doesn't make it okay. Amen.